Many businesses that go before and after us think they have business like ours, but they don't. They either have gym, weight rooms, or something like that. Before Wayne, Indiana already had something like that. AWP, McMillan Center, and the YMCA. But this is our virtual world. Our virtual world has many different sports purposes. We will have like virtual headsets. We have many different sports like football, basketball, soccer, baseball, and many different things like that. Our virtual will have many different ages from 2 to on up. We will have many different athletes, coaches. We will have baseball players, basketball players, football players, and we will have a little concession stand to make our theme seem real like in the basketball games. We will have Gatorade, water, and many different things like that.
The purpose for our building was we wanted to create a place for teenagers and families to come and have fun, because if we're going, we go to the same places every weekend, spend the same money, so we wanted to create a not so pricey place.
Our objective is to bring people from around Fort Wayne to participate in our activity. Our idea can help athletes get better at the sport they're playing, and is a very safe place for kids to hang out.
So we decided that we wanted to choose the old GE Sports Building as one of our locations. We think that it would be a good area to start our small business at, and then since it has other buildings around it, we think that in later years, once we get more business, we can expand into some of the buildings around ours. So in this area, it's around 11,000, which we think is a great population to start our business at. The median household income, though, there is below state average, and we think that since the city is thinking about putting apartments around it, it might also be a good idea to put our business there to help them come into the apartments and have something to do where they live.
Our budget, the gross profit will be around $3 million. Our total revenue will be around $4 million. Our total cost will be around $80,000. Our net income will be around $3 million, and our future revenue will be around $21 million.
Monday through Thursday will be open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. because teenagers, excuse me, they will have school to go to, and they'll have homework they'll have to do, or a state they'll have, a sport they'll have to compete in after school, so they won't have time to come to our business. Friday and Saturday will be open 24 hours because on the weekends, teenagers will need a place to go, spend their spare time, and spend their money instead of going to the same places over and over again. Admission fee will be $25 for a day. Month pass will be $350. We chose these prices because we have like a lower income in our zip code, so we wanted to make our prices not so pricey, so they will come to our establishment.
For our marketing plan, we created a Facebook commercial and posters, which is over there. And this is what our Facebook page will look like, and we have our commercial.
So in our city, we have competitors such as AWP, the YMCA's, the McMillan Center, and Speece, because they are all places where kids go to be athletic and they play their sports there and train to get better there. But we also reached out to AWP and talked to them about maybe partnering up with us because we believe that they are our biggest competitor, and when we called them, they thought that we might be a competitor. So we decided to make a plan with them to maybe have their kids that go there come to our place or facility for cheaper, so in like a package that they could buy for that month or that few months. So we called AWP and they told us that we would just have to talk to the people there, and that would get our business thriving for the first few years, and then if they wanted to stay with us they could, and if they didn't then they could get out.
Our strength is, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, you don't really see this technology. This is brand new technology. This gets kids off the street and better time on their hands to do stuff better that they're doing. It gives, our business has new technology that nobody have ever seen, and it has something that everybody likes, sports, and it has video games in it.
How does this benefit Fort Wayne? I know some of you are thinking, why would you bring this to Fort Wayne? How would this impact Fort Wayne, or how would it benefit it anyway? This is bringing something new to Fort Wayne because teenagers in Fort Wayne have no place to go on the weekends because they want to spend their money at the same places or go to the same places and see the same people. And bringing this to Fort Wayne will have a new environment for families and teenagers to go on the weekends. And this will also bring tourists. This will also bring a place for tourists to go, except for the Coney Dogs. So, this is our virtual world. How do you make this a reality?
Ready? Wow. Guys, I love that, using that GE building. I think that is so cool. And I've been in that building and it's great. Did you visit that building by chance? Did you go?
No,
did you get a chance to go through it?
We don't have time.
I'm trying to think of who Charleston, I think, used to be the realtor that was trying to sell that whole campus, but they got the most beautiful gym in there that I think I've seen in a long time. I really like it. Boxing, they have ready for that. They had bowling in the basement. I don't know if they tore that out or not, but they had asbestos down in there. I think asbestos tile, and they had some problems with that. But I love that. I love that building. That's a great. I like your idea. I've got a couple questions. $4 million gross is a lot of money. I mean, have you? I don't know if you've done anything to check on other businesses like that on what they gross. That's an awful lot of money. Might be a little high ambition. It's good to have lofty goals, but that might be a fuzz high. And then, I questioned the $25 admission a day. You're in a low end. You mentioned you're in a lower income neighborhood. You're trying to get kids off the streets. But I don't think you can get kids off the streets at $25 a day. I don't know that they would have that much money unless you found someone to fund that, to help you out with that. I would check that out too. And that's really that's the only thing I saw in the whole thing. I love your idea. I really do. I'd recommend going down there to look at that building and see what it is, because it's beautiful.
I just want to second that. I think this is a great way to keep kids off the street and active. I get bent out of shape about going to the movies, so I can't imagine forking over $25 for my kid to do this. I'm like, you can do your homework at that table that I've already paid for. I mean, I get super bent out of shape about going to movies. I'm like, how much to see the movie? We'll wait till it comes on video, we can own it. But I'm just cheap, so I have no idea what AWP is. I'm not exactly from the area quite yet. I've only lived here for 3 years. I've never heard those letters ever. What is
AWP is like a sports administration where like coaches and different athletes from different high schools come there and they work and they train. It's a college sports ready, so like if you're getting ready to go to college, you train there. High school, you can bring elementary kids there who play Metro and many different sports.
And so it's big on the south side?
It's over by north side.
Which kind of like
It's in the sports.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Across
athletes with
online.
purpose. They're partners with
It's
purpose.
in the field house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
They have
That's
2
upstairs.
locations now.
Okay.
They're on Rudisville as well.
Oh,
Yeah, that old college campus too.
wow. I should definitely. I saw some East the other day for the first time. I was like, oh, there it is. But I've only
I
lived
saw
here
that
for
for the
2
first
years.
time in a couple weeks too.
Drive every day past it. So, but yeah, I thought it was a great idea. And I just wondered about the the pricing and.
I think the only thing that maybe you could get that price point, because it is high for someone just walking down the street, if you advertise yourself as specializing in what you said, like the honing in for prepping for college, someone that wants to come in just like concentrate on his pitching, concentrate on drills for football or whatever, virtually. Maybe you could hone in on $25 that way, but have another price point for general public.
I was gonna say, what does the $25 or the $350 like get you? Is it unlimited to everything that you offer?
Yes.
Okay, because like if I was just thinking like, because I kind of looked at it almost like other than because you were talking about the video games and that kind of stuff as well. Another competitor could be Crazy Pins on the north side. Like if you go there, I don't know. I feel like I would only go there a max of like a couple times a week, and that would be a lot to me. And so when I did the math at $25 times 12, that's even 3 times a week. It doesn't come up to the $350 a month. So I thought even that price was a little high. So it was almost like I wasn't saving any money by doing the monthly plan. So you might want to consider that, because I know like I could go to the YMCA, even though I think it's expensive as well, and it's like $60 a month, and you can do pretty much everything at the YMCA for $60 a month. And so 60
And have
versus,
access to other facilities.
yeah, and so 60 versus 350, I think that you might want to consider that price range.
What
might
does
be a little high.
AWP charge? My boy used to go there, but how much are they a month?
It's a package, so you got a package plan. So like many different things like sports and stuff, and like some coaches get like deals off if you come from a high school, but they package is around about 2, but it's like almost like
It's how much?
almost it's like 2.
2?
But it depends on what you're doing. Like if you join, they got 7-on-7, and they travel around the world like many different states.
So what's the high end for a month?
Almost about
115?
150.
What?
200 if you want to travel on 7-on-7.
Okay, so you're at 350 a month?
I got a couple things, guys. I think you guys look great. You guys are all dressed. You guys look awesome. I would continue to do that. Yeah, the more presentations, do the same thing because it's awesome. All your presents were awesome. You guys made great eye contact. Good voice. I mean, I could actually hear you. So I really like that too. Taking over the old buildings, no brainer, just like they said, that's awesome. And I agree with him with that $3 million. It's a little easy. But again, just not to beat a dead horse, but that $350 a month. I belong to a CrossFit gym. And the CrossFit gym is I pay $170 a month. But what I get with CrossFit is they have added value. And I think if you're gonna say $350, you need to say why. I mean, why is it cost $350? Because I know with CrossFit, I have personalized trainer. I have I've got the nutrition experts that are there. So I know why I'm paying way more than Anytime Fitness is $20 a month or whatever the case is. And that's another competitor. Obviously, why would I pay $350 versus Anytime at $20 a month? That's a gigantic difference. But I think if you can incorporate having trainers out there, specialization, and then you could probably charge. I don't know about $350, but you could charge quite a bit more, than what I pay. But I think that's the main spot.
And I think AWA actually has talent that's coaching the students that are
Yeah,
coming in.
absolutely.
I don't think it's just, I shouldn't say just you guys,
Yeah.
but who
It's
do you
not
have,
about
who
you,
do you have working
Right.
with the people, your clients?
You got coaches that are trained and have licenses and stuff like that. I mean, it's a big difference
So
there.
sell your product, why should we pay that price?
Can I touch on that? So with our business, there is a lot of technology involved, and if a headset breaks, that's $1,500. Like if that breaks, we're out $1,500. So the price we thought it was high, but with the technology that we have and the stuff that could happen while there are kids there, and the insurance and stuff like that, we thought, maybe make it a bit high, and then if we need to, lower it down, just to see, what people were thinking about paying, because we needed feedback on that specifically. So we decided to make it high for the technology part of it and the insurance and what all comes with that, instead of thinking just these people are gonna come and pay this for all.
You look at like a waiver. Have them sign a waiver that if you get a credit card, if you break it, you're signing this waiver. It costs you $500. We're gonna charge it to your card, and that would be a way to offset some of those costs that you think are gonna break, which it probably will.
Yeah.
But they should charge a person, have them sign off on that. Everybody that walks in.
Do you think it'd behoove you to partner with AWP? knowing that they're partnering with Fort Wayne Community Schools, that they have people like Jalen Smith now that they brought up, and he's like becoming a superstar, and possibly if you partner with them, you can just be an upsell package to what they do already, since they already capitalized with all the athletes throughout Fort Wayne, and pretty much they're expanding. So, like, they didn't know yet, but they have 2 facilities. In their other facility, they bought that old college campus. You know what college campus it is?
Yep, Taylor.
Taylor. So therefore, they have the athletes coming in, they have the dorms, they have pretty much anything you can think of, top notch. And they partnered with Parkview as well. So, and they also have health and wellness coaches throughout all our Fort Wayne community schools, helping out the teachers and staff. So they're expanding, and this is something that you can just ease your way into their packages without you having to cover all that extra expense.
See, and I was always wondering with your guys' idea, because it started off way bigger than what it ended up, and I'm glad it like narrowed. No, because it was ridiculous in the beginning. I mean, they had virtual zombie, all this stuff.
That's our
Like,
future
Clue,
plans.
the game of Clue was now virtual, like in there, and they would set up the room. Great idea, but you got to start small virtual and then build your way up. I would second what Mr. Wims was saying, because if you just alone partnership with AWP and you do the virtual part, they don't have virtual yet.
Yeah.
You know, they have the market right now in Fort Wayne. They're killing the market. So I wonder if you guys, like, maybe even take the project and propose it to Lato and say, what would it take to bring in the virtual piece, and could we find investors to run it? I know you guys are young, but I'm sure like somebody could take your idea. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Or rent space at Taylor and start it there, and then, because the building, he's right. I mean, the building is going to get used. I mean, it's got a lot of like environmental issues that they're trying to shore up. But to be honest with you, that's one of their focal points right now. So
There's a reason it's been
Yep.
sitting empty for so
exactly.
long.
Daniel?
I'll also third that you already have such an established sport technology market already in Fort Wayne. You're not going to be able to just jump into the competition and be successful in making $3 million profit on what people don't really know from even like your guys' advertisements. I'm going to touch on that a little bit. But like, how are you getting to that $3 million profit? I mean, doing the math, you said you're in a population of around 11,000. I mean, even adding it up to 250,000 around Fort Wayne, with not the whole population coming to your business, that's a big stretch to get to that, like starting out. So just kind of maybe recalculate that on where you guys are going to be at for your profit revenue. As far as your advertisements, your commercial, as far as the visuals go, it looked good. You can definitely tell us about sports, but there's the one touch on virtual reality was like the lights going on it. So I mean, maybe you have a little bit more. I would have been confused if I would have saw that on TV and been like, oh, so people just playing sports or something like that. And then also flyer, design-wise, looks good. You have everything centered. Make sure like the sports at the top, center that as well. Make sure you go with the trend there. Other than that, like the downtown location is really cool.
Did you guys have I thought you had a website. Did you? No? No? I was just asking. If you didn't, that's fine. I just wanted I didn't want you not to have it up there. Okay. Erica, did you have something?
No, I already said mine.
Okay. The one with the,
Okay.
I'll second what he says. I wish you would have at least put maybe a person with like a headgear on or something, just to simulate that you're using technology.
Yeah.
You know,
That was the biggest thing lacking from the presentation. I mean, everything, like you guys look good, left the all black, but throughout the whole thing, I was like, so what am I listening to again? I'm talking about sports, but there's not really a lot of touch on the headsets. Is it like just headsets, or is there like bodysuits that people can have? Like, I know when we talked a week ago, there was some videos that you guys showed me of like people with like full suits on and the guns and stuff that you guys were.
That was the Void in Utah.
Yeah.
And it was the laser tag where you would put on the suit and then it would change you into the area that you chose.
That's why we are comparing you to the Y and Anytime Fitness or Planet. And that's why we're doing that, because you didn't let us know that I get to wear this stuff and this is space age stuff. So, but great presentation. I like your idea. It's awesome.
Thank you.